We bought our first home outside Portland, Oregon. We came to this valley with what we thought would be a reasonable amount of money to access a home, and it was clear just from internet searches that it was going to be definitely outside of our price range.
There's no reason why people should be forced to stay in marriages or situations that aren't working for them because there's nowhere to live. So just to put more pressure on top of everything, you don't really have a lot of options or a lot of choices.
In the last couple of years, we've felt a real strain within our whole community around housing availability and housing affordability, and absolutely hospital staff have not been immune to that strain. We get declinations of job offers from folks who really want to be here, and they start to discover how much it costs to live here, and that in fact there might not be housing availability for them, and so we get declinations regularly.
Because housing is such a big part of a household budget, when it is disproportionate, households are forced to make very difficult decisions. Stabilizing housing and housing costs for households helps the entire family budget to be stabilized. It means that there's less of a requirement for the community in terms of food insecurity and poor healthcare outcomes and educational performance. 2009, I was hired with the express directive to deliver affordable housing and workforce housing to our community. We began to see that households earn too much to qualify for the federal programs, but not enough to afford market rate rent. And they were in this missing middle where there was nothing available for them. And so our board made the decision to actively pursue fundraising and private philanthropy in order to build housing for the workforce that didn't have the constraints of federally funded housing development pools of money. And that's been very successful.
Really, everything starts with a home. Without that, none of us really have anything. I am fourth generation from the Wood River Valley. I decided that when my daughter was going to be born, I wanted to move back here so she could experience what I got to experience and my whole family did growing up. Without a home, you can't provide safety, security, among all the million things. I mean, kids have their basic needs in life. Having this gave me the option to have an amicable separation, to be able to have somewhere to go.
Arch literally allowed us to live here and not be house poor. It's just been, I mean, I could get emotional about it, but it's just been a really incredible experience to be in a place where we have security and safety. Us being able to even envision college and envision the horizons. All those things are only really available to us because Arch operates in this valley and has allowed us to be here, and we love it here.
We realized that partnerships would allow Arch's philanthropic money to go that much further. We are under construction on 12 units of housing for our partner St. Luke's Wood River.
Our partnership with Arch is providing 12 housing units across our community. They will be long-term rental units for our staff, set at a price no more than 30% of somebody's income. We're excited for these 12 units. They're diverse, they're going to be gorgeous, they're in beautiful locations, and just really proud of that partnership. So we're grateful to Arch for that.
We are finishing up the leasing of Blaine Manor, our 60-unit apartment building in Haley. There are two buildings there. One is for seniors and one is not age restricted. We just purchased a parcel in the Sunbeam development in Haley. That parcel will support 8 units of rental housing, which will be targeted at this missing middle. Many favorite restaurants have closed because they can't get the staff. It's terrible to not have our restaurants and our grocery stores. Imagine what happens if we don't have our schools, and we don't have our hospitals, and we don't have emergency services. We have to have those folks in our community. 911 can't be a long-distance call.
Where are people supposed to be that support your life? Every single thing in this valley takes all kinds of people to make it function.
The best communities are communities that are really dynamic and really diverse in terms of economics, and Arch allows that to happen.
If we were not developing solutions with community partners like Arch, we would see an impact of the services we provide at St. Luke's Wood River. I'm grateful to say that isn't happening because we have incredible partners.
I'm so proud to live in a community that is so generous. We have funded animals and the arts and a number of incredibly worthy and important nonprofits. If we could, for just 1 year, put that money to housing, housing will ultimately fix itself. We're in a deficit, no doubt. Once we catch up, we don't have to continually fundraise for housing. We need you now.